guys, and welcome to my channel if it's the first time you've watched it, and if you like what you see then please like, subscribe and share. So I'm super excited right now because I've just picked up a MK2 Golf GTI 16 valve, and I had one of these when I was 18, which you probably already know by now because before you see this you will have seen the video on the restoration of the red one. But this is a run-in driving one, has MOT, and it just needs a bit of paint work and I guess maybe a few other things. But I flew down this morning to London and then grabbed a train from there. So it was a bit of an early start, but yeah, I haven't driven one of these since I was 18 at this point in time, so super excited, lots of memories flooding back, and I'll look forward to giving you a look around the car once I get back. It's a nice car. It has some modifications I'm going to undo. The single headlight grille or double headlight grille, rather than the quad one which you would get as standard on the 16 valve. Doesn't have badges, has G60 arches, has fully color coded big bumpers. So those are some of the things I'm going to undo, but just now I'm just going to do the grille and the badges and probably give it a pretty major service as well, and probably do the timing belt and things like that, and then I'm going to run about in this for a wee while. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will update you when I get back and give you a walk around video of this car. Hey guys, well it's actually the next day. I was kind of late when I got home last night, so I decided just to get the car washed and stick it in the garage. It was actually raining as well, so it would have been kind of hard to see the bodywork. So the car's in the garage and I'll give you a walk around it and show you how it's looking just now, and also just talk a little bit about what I'm planning on doing in the short term before I fully paint it and do everything like that. So here it is. As you will know already, my garage isn't huge, so apologies that I maybe need to show you it in sections. It's Volkswagen black. It's 1990 on an H-Reg, and as you can see straight away already, it has the clear and red rear light clusters. I think they look okay, but I think originality is important on this car. So each to their own. Everyone likes different things. You can see it's got G60 arches as well and steel wheels, and also you'll notice that the big bumpers have been fully color coded, and maybe not greatly, or maybe it's just because it's so old, the paint job, but you can see it's kind of not looking awesome on the back bumper. So as I said earlier on, I'm gonna be doing the red one first. It's been sitting for about 8 months at this point in time, so as tempting as it is just to do this one first because it needs a lot less done, I'm gonna do the red one first. So what I'm gonna do to this in the meantime is I have ordered the correct rear light clusters, so I will fit them. Also you can see that it doesn't have any badges on it, so I've ordered the Golf GTI badge and also the 16 valve badge as well. It doesn't have, it should have a little black trim, like a kind of vinyl strip around here. It doesn't have that. I'm not going to do that just now because obviously I'm going to paint the full car, so there's not much point in fitting that and then having to tear it off and get another one. There's the G60 arches, and it should also have a rubbing strip on the side down there with the GTI emblem just below the indicator. So I'm also gonna get one of them, but again I'm not gonna do that until I'm doing the full paint job. This morning I did go and get another key cut because it only came with one. You're braver than me if you're happy just having one key for your car. You learn pretty quickly in the motor trade that you need to be super careful with keys. It's always a good idea to have two of them and also to split them. So I always do that. I always have two keys and I put them in different key safes. So if you lose one, then at least you've got a shot at finding the other one. You'll see as well that it has the twin headlight grille, which, you know, again, it was a lot of people, I was pushing it back a little bit, a lot of people put these on in, I guess, the 90s and early 2000s, and it was kind of like an in thing, and fair enough. But I prefer the the standard one. So it actually came, don't know if you can see, it's over in that box over there. That came today, so that's great. So I'll be able to fit that, and also I've ordered the GTI 16 valve badge for it, which again I think is an important piece. So I'll fit that to the new grille, and I think I'm going to glue it on because people always used to pinch them, and I'm sure they still do. So I'll fit that as well, and then that'll be the front looking pretty stock, which is what we're shooting for. I mean, apart from the fact that I kind of prefer the original look, particularly on this car, it's gonna appeal to a lot wider audience if it is standard. That's what people are looking for with sort of modern classics like this. I've ordered some alloy wheels as well. I'll flash up a picture of those for you. Not really enjoying the steel wheels, to be honest, and I did look at the option of getting some of the standard 16 valve wheels, the ones that were possibly options or just really kind of popular on them. The iconic ones, as far as I'm concerned, are the BBS RA ones. I did manage to see some of them, but wasn't too confident in the sellers or the quality of the wheels, so I decided to go for some aftermarket ones in a kind of sympathetic style to the car. So I'm sure they'll look good on the car, or at least a lot better than what's on here just now. There's a wee ding in the bonnet, and when you see dings on bonnets like that, it's usually because somebody's left some sort of tool under the bonnet and then shut the bonnet on it, but that'll be easy just to flatten that out. A little bit of corrosion there, which is standard. The mirror caps are color coded, which I'll probably retain that. The worst bit in the car is right here. As you can see, there's it's kind of corroding. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be running around in it for a while, and I want it to to look respectable at least, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paint this little section here around to there, and just try and blend it in. I'll just be doing it quickly. I won't be going for a perfect job because I know I'm going to paint the whole car anyway, but that looks a bit rough, and it kind of lets the car down, and it really isn't too much to do. So if I can just shove it forward again, and there you can see again the big bumper from the other side, and it's a bit rough, this panel as well at the back. So I'll probably just do a wee blend along here and paint this, and that'll be absolutely fine for just now. So I'm going to jump in the car and just do a little bit more from there, but that lets you see the outside of it and how it's looking. It's really good condition for its age, it has to be said. There's a little bit of corrosion there on the edge of the sunroof. Again, that's not uncommon. So there we go. I'll jump inside it and you can see what it looks like from there. Here we go, guys, we're inside the car. As you can see straight away, it has GTI badges on the headrest. I must say I'm not really a fan of those. I was kind of hoping that they'd just been stitched onto the leather, because then I could have just unpicked the stitching. But unfortunately, it looks very much as though they're stitched into the leather, meaning that behind those badges is just the foam of the headrest. So I might just have to live with them, but I do like the leather interior. I bought and sold a couple of these in the early 2000s, and I had a couple with black leather and I thought it was really nice. You can see the typical sagging or falling down really headlining there. That's not a big deal. It just means I need to take it out, spray glue it and reattach it. Not something I've done before, but I'm sure that will be fine. And then we have the iconic 16 valve badge on the glove box. I always thought it was a really nice touch, and you can also see it's sitting a bit squint, so we'll need to figure out what's going on there. It does have a CD player in it. I was thinking I would maybe need to buy a Bluetooth stereo for it, but as it has an aux input, that's great. That just means I can plug in my adapter, and it means I don't need to to buy a stereo. I was super impressed that it had a 90s CD in it, and I'll need to ask the guy I bought it from if he wants it back, but it was really fun listening to some 90s tunes as I was driving back and thinking that they're probably the same tunes I listened to in the first one that I had when I was 18. It has electric windows. I'm not sure whether these are original to the car or not. The reason I say that is that firstly they were an option on the 16 valve, and secondly there are holes here for window winders. So it could be that the door cards aren't original to the car and that's why it has these holes, or it could be the electric windows have been fitted, but it doesn't really matter either way. I'm sure we can do something better than that. Probably just take that silver part off and then try and get some black plugs the right size, and that will look a lot better. The car also has Cat 1 security, which is awesome because on the train on the way down I was looking at different options and not really looking forward to the prospect of wiring in an alarm system, so I'm really happy with that. And as you can see, the mileage is 199,919, and the trip counter there, I reset that when I filled it up. It was £74 to fill the tank, which is a lot more than it was in 2000, but it did 384 miles. That's awesome. I'm so impressed because the car's been sitting for about 10 years and it's done less than 2,000 miles in that time, and it was sitting outside as well. So the guy that I bought it from was a little bit dubious about the prospect of me driving it back because he'd only ever driven it locally, but I assured him that, you know, I wouldn't blame him if it did break down and that I had AA cover or RAC cover or whatever. But I was really happy. The car drove back no problem, it didn't miss a beat, and I just kept it around about 3,000 revs because I wasn't sure when the timing belt was last done at that point. So once I got it back, I took it straight in and got a mini valley done, and I was really chuffed to discover that there is a sticker under the bonnet, which you will see in the next part. There's a sticker under the bonnet, and that tells me that the timing belt was replaced only 1,000 miles ago. So needless to say, I did ping it off the rev limiter a few times on the way back from the car wash. So there we go, that's the inside. I'll just pull the bonnet. I think I forgot to mention it has upgraded door handles. I'm pretty sure these are off a Mark III, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. That's not a modification that I'm going to undo because the Mark II door handles are not really the best. I think I forgot to say as well, I commented on the G60 arches, but I didn't say I'm going to put them back to standard because each to their own again, but they don't really do it for me. I feel as though they stick out far too far. So there we go. So yeah, it needs a good clean, but looks pretty good. Nothing really to worry about there. You can see it's got the blue Samco hose kit, coolant hose kit. Not really the colour I would have picked. I've probably gone for black as it looks more standard, but I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to do anything with that as long as everything is working fine. Has a good battery in it, that's great. Always annoying when you buy a car and then you go to start it again the next day and it doesn't start. Well, having said that, I've not actually tried to start it today, but we will do that in a minute. And there we go, there's the sticker I was talking about. So 198,432 miles ago, and I did actually pull back the cover over there, the timing belt cover, and just to check that it was indeed a Gates belt, and it is, so that's great. That should be good for a good while to come. So I'll just pop the bonnet down and take you round to the back end, just tripping over the ramps there. Just going inside the boot. As you can see, there's an array of emergency things here. There's oil leak stop, there is coolant, there's screen wash, there's puncture repair, and also coolant leak stop. Just good to be prepared. It'd be annoying if I had one of those problems and, you know, one of these cans of whatever would resolve it, but I didn't have one. So and also obviously you can see somebody's done a really nice install here, but that sub is far too big. You're just so loud. You've got the bass at -12 and it's still really loud. Nice Alpine amp there as well. So again, going with originality, that is all going to come out. But I imagine that I'll probably sell that because there's probably some folk who would still enjoy a nice ice install, maybe in one of their max power cars. They see a lot of their tribute cars being made. And I just thought maybe we should just start this up as well. Yesterday it was starting at the first turn of the key, so hopefully that's the same today. I'm going to need to grab the other key because it has the fob on it. So here we go. There we go. Click the button. Hear the fuel pump there. I love these retro little LEDs. There we go. I don't want to gas myself, so I won't leave it on for long, but listen to that, nearly 200,000 miles and it sounds great. It did have a top end rebuild, 2004, maybe 35,000 miles ago, something like that. Sorry, my battery died just at the end of that last video, but yeah, I was just saying that I thought it sounds really good, and obviously I'm really happy about that. Now, I've not actually been under the car yet at all, so what I've just done is just lift it up a little bit, just to make sure that the pads are in the right place, but I've not seen underneath this car yet, so I thought you might like to have a look at the same time as me, and fingers crossed that it looks okay.